Sakra is a film directed by Donnie Yen and starring himself. He plays Qiao Feng. He's basically a leader of the beggar gang, and this is based off of a Jin Yong novel called Demigods and Semi-Devils. So I'm familiar with Jin Yong's work. I really enjoyed The Legend of the Condor Heroes. It's divided into 4 volumes and then translated into English. So I really enjoyed those. I read those. Listened to most of them on audiobook, but I really understand the world of Jin Yong. He does really sort of fantastical stories where lots of very heroic and villainous people, very balanced, many different types, communities, where martial arts is basically the magic system, where, like, you know, if you watch a superhero movie, you know Superman, you know all of his powers, right? He can fly, super strength, Arctic breath, heat vision, laser vision, or x-ray vision. And so, like, a lot of the martial artists in Jin Yong's works have similar powers. They're so strong, they know amazing special moves that can only be taught by months of training. Something they can, like, deflect blades and arrows with their thick skin and inner chi, inner power. So if you don't really know about that, then this movie might be a little bit too fantastical, but this is a wuxia film. Donnie Yen plays Qiao Feng, a leader of the beggar gang, and at the beginning of the film, he defeats some ruffians and because they cage someone, and then he is accused of being adopted, a Khitan, and he's also basically pushed out of the beggar gang and accused of murder. So he decides to go into exile and basically find answers. However, every time he goes anywhere, someone is stalking him and killing the ones closest to him, framing him for more and more murders. So he's got to go on a very epic journey of enlightenment, and the first action sequence pretty much sets up the way that the film is. You know, it'll be slow, reflective moments, and then a huge bombastic action sequence with, like, visual effects, people being punched through walls, supersized moves. So that first action sequence leaves you wanting more. And the film's best sequence by far has to be the middle action sequence, in which Qiao Feng has to fight everyone that he was friends with. And they have this very, very emotional sequence in a sort of temple and a hall, and then a huge action sequence that rivals, like, any modern martial arts film. It's very breathtaking. It's very, you know, vicious. This is not for children. There's some violence, you know, when Qiao Feng unleashes his true powers. He doesn't hold back, and the film quickly winds down to a more simple, you know, realization of plots, introduction of a lot of side characters, and then the movie gets a little uneven in the second half, to be honest. After that big battle, there's a couple of rush sequences, some sequel bait, rush things, a rush romance. The second half is definitely very uneven, and I did not care for that, but the rest of the movie is pretty solid, and it's overall very rousing and adventure film, full of martial arts, bigger than life characters, solid performance from Donnie Yen physically and emotionally, and, you know, there's some other people in there too, nothing really noteworthy, but you know, it also has some more action in the finale. But I felt like the movie could have probably used a little bit more action, to be honest. So overall, Sakra, for me, I really enjoyed it, and I give it a 7 out of 10.